Everything in my life had been going extremely well. I was baptized at age 15, and from age 15 through age 57, which I am now, I had asked God on many occasions to give me some direction about what He would have me do in order to thank Him for the salvation that He had provided me. For many years, there didn't seem to be an answer. There was always a yearning to have that defining moment in our lives when we have the opportunity to have our faith tested. So about 2 years ago, I became involved with a group in Dallas that teaches high-risk children how to fly airplanes. These are high school students who will never have the opportunity to do anything like this, but we were using it, using the aviation instruction as a way to help these children understand what they can achieve if they apply themselves. January the 20th, which was a Wednesday, we received a new aircraft. On Saturday morning, I took a student up for about an hour of flight. Came back, everything's working real well. I handed the keys over to my friend Greg, and he took his student Eric and left the airport. An hour later, they had not come back. And this was of concern for us because the area that we practice in is only about an hour south of the airport we fly out of in Dallas. 2 hours passed and still no word. So we began getting pretty concerned. And then the phone call came that Greg and Eric had perished in a crash. The crash investigation showed fairly rapidly that a flashlight had been left in the aircraft's fuselage, and during a maneuver called a stall recovery, the flashlight had moved from the center of the fuselage, which is the middle part of the airplane, and fallen into the tail and locked all the mechanisms in place that would have given Greg control. And the result is the aircraft would roll over and spin into the ground, from which there is no hope once the controls are locked. I had flown that airplane extensively in the 4 days prior and done an extensive amount of stall training with those students, probably 30 to 50 stall exercises. And I don't know why that flashlight didn't move into place while I was at the controls. It's an amazing feeling to realize that you were that close, and for some unknown reason, it wasn't your day. At the funeral of Eric, the student who was 15 years old, 30 more students at his high school came forward and accepted Christ. Good things can come out of a tragedy like this. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I will continue to instruct as long as I'm able, and I certainly don't want to die in an airplane crash. But I do have that peace now that what I'm doing is important to God. I don't know how many action movies we've all watched where we see the main character finally have his mettle tested, and he's able or she's able to show that they had the strength in that defining point in their life. I feel to some degree that I've had that defining point, and as how God always works, it's not what you'd expect it to be, because now I get to continue to teach these students, and it is a fairly dangerous job. But I'm very comfortable now in the faith that if it doesn't work out, that I'll show up in the next world with some degree of not pride, but at least I'll be able to say that I use those talents I have to try to make the world a better place.